Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Eureka 7 Volume 2, The New Vision. I'm Michael from the GreatWhiteNorth, and last time, Sumner won the Bester Cup, so he gets the Azure LFO, the Flestnia, which Bing is not going to be too happy about. So, with that out of the way, let's start.
Hey, champ! You're ex-military, right? And a KLF rider to boot.
You Azure?
Oh, don't look at me like that! It's obvious that you were trained at New Wave.
What?
I'm scouting you, buddy. That's what I'm doing here. I don't know what your story is, and I really don't care. Want to join us?
You want me for Azure's team, right?
Yep. Flame wants slick rider. Sitting around all day is no way to live, you know.
Sorry, I'm not really interested.
With Azure, you can lift all you want with the best boards in the business. And you'll have women throwing themselves at you.
Sorry, but that's not what I'm about.
You're pulling my leg, man. So what do you want with that LFO if you're not into signing a deal with a sponsor?
Don't really know. I haven't given it much thought.
You'll change your mind once you take this baby for a spin. Give me a call the next time you're hard up for a meal.
Hey, we want to have a little talk with you.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Well, Bing's got plenty to say to you, you puny little punk! Stop that, Bing! Don't be rude, dude. First, I want to apologize for this guy here and for his rude behavior and for that little misunderstanding from before. I didn't mean to hurt your pride asking you to lose and all. So, hey, how much you want for that LFO? This much sound good? Wouldn't you say that's more than a fair offer?
Hey, Sumner! What are you, stupid or something?
Who the hell are you?
What are you dudes thinking? That compact drive's not a toy!
You were at the finals? Who are you?
Don't you remember? It's me, man!
Quit your damn complaining, kid!
Wait a sec. I can't sell this.
Treat him like a brother and he stabs me in the back. Go get him!
It's familiar. This feeling. Out here, we won't be interrupted by anyone.
I don't hold back against rank amateurs like you.
Okay, so to start, you use the right trigger to transform into the car mode. You use circle for your melee attacks, triangle for your ranged attacks. You lock on with the left bumper and move like normal. X, you do your X is to use your boosts. So that's kind of basically it. X also jumps if you time that right. Basically, it's the difference between holding it and pushing it. It's pretty intuitive, actually. If you hold the melee button, you throw your boomerang and trip them up. One thing that I really enjoyed about the first Eureka 7 game, and it flows perfectly into this, is how much it feels like the anime. It does feel really good. Oh yes, also square blocks, though it's not very useful. I don't find it very useful at all. One thing we can do actually is also if we hold the triangle button, we'll lock on to everyone within our sight lines and fire little mini rockets. They're not great, but they're good. If we jump off the wall like that, we can then go into a melee. If the enemy is close by, we'll just drop down, and if they're far away, we will actually pull out our ref board and fly towards them. This is an incredibly powerful move. as long as you are very careful not to get hit while flying towards them. Ultimately, carrying over from the first game, the best way to really take care of everyone is melee. It just does so much damage.
Damn, dude. You're pretty amazing, you know that?
And we got a rank S for that one. A pretty decent amount of money. I don't know if that's 187,000.
Who the hell is that guy?
Boss, we should really get going.
How many years has it been, man?
Moondoggie.
Dude, the one and only.
It's been a long time since I heard that voice. First things first. Let's go eat. It's on me.
Congratulations on winning today. Is it true what I heard about you throwing a wrench into Colin's plans?
It's just how it worked out.
Well, you ask me. You should finish that creep off once and for all.
Not really my style.
If you want, I can lend you some vigilante core kids.
Nah, I'm okay.
That's too bad. Why don't you kick back a while?
Hey, who was she?
Would you relax? Let's have a toast to our reunion. Cheers!
Ugh, this is awful. What's up with this coffee?
I like it this way.
You'll wreck your gut drinking this stuff. And you drink it out of a beer stein.
No matter how much you hate something, if you grin and bear it, you'll eventually get used to it.
Thanks for the advice, but I think I'll pass.
At least you've made all your dreams come true, Moondoggie.
Once they come true, it just means that you're never gonna have that dream again. Oh, yeah, I'm really quite the stud, all right.
I should have known. You're still a kid. You know, I'm amazed you became a Gecko State member. You're lucky.
Keep your voice down. What if somebody hears you?
Oh, sorry, man.
Oh, you're here, Sumner. I just heard you turned down an offer from Azure. Wow, what a total waste.
Wait, you turned him down too, dude?
They made you an offer?
As if I'd work for an outfit like Azure.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of helping those guys hawk their junk all over the place, you know?
You aren't Azure material, Sumner. But Blondie here looks like he'd be good at the job.
Yeah, you bet.
Lay off. More coffee.
Coming right up.
You're drinking more of that?
Hey, come to think of it, why'd you disappear from the race?
When the waves are sluggish, I just don't like to lift.
Ooh, look at the big shot.
That stuff about the Nirvash, was what you told me for real?
What, you didn't believe me?
I figured over half of it was made up.
It feels like so long ago. Back then I felt totally invincible, like I could do just about anything.
Hey, you're not dead yet.
What about you then?
What I think doesn't matter.
What are you so angry about? Hey, I want to check up on something. You wouldn't mind giving me a hand with it, would you?
One LFO's pretty much the same as another, right?
Not at all. That LFO? It's definitely based off a type R505.
A Terminus? You sure it's a military model?
Oh yeah, the Sawyer unit. It felt like the mechs I used when I was in the military. This balancer is from a...
I've got a great feeling about this, Sumner. All that's left to do is install this part.
What's that?
An ultra-rare item from a small custom part shop in town. Your balance should improve dramatically.
No doubt about it. The composition of these parts is from my 505.
Seriously? What's it doing in an Azure LFO?
I don't know. I need to find out. What happened to my 505?
You thinking about getting back your old LFO?
Yeah. That thing's really special to me.
So these are one of the loading screens I decided to keep in. I kind of like them.
Black market, huh?
Yeah, because they're military parts. The Azure shops won't tell me anything about them.
Bet it's because they don't want anyone complaining that they're using illegal parts.
I heard about a guy who served in the military who managed to start a successful junk dealership after he retired.
Oh, my butt! Don't you maintain this thing? It really rides like hell.
You don't like it? Get out.
You get out! Don't you remember I'm the original owner of this thing?
Hey, you gave it to me. It passed the vehicle inspections too, so it's mine now.
What's mine is mine!
Hey, Doggy, why aren't you with Gecko State anyway? Why are you screwing around all by yourself out here?
Why I'm here doesn't matter. It's out of the goodness of my heart, so show some gratitude.
You just want meals and a place to crash. Whatever happens, you're on your own.
Dude, that's my line. This is turning into one big hassle already.
Okay, stop, stop! Hey man, you're carrying an LFO, right? Mind if I take a look at it?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh wow, it's an Azure LFO! Awesome! This is too awesome! Big bro, isn't this the LFO that the boss was talking about? This is our lucky day! Okay guys, you're gonna trade this for ours! Like hell! Hey, big bro, this guy wants to start something! We're gonna use our finishing move on you now! We're gonna fly! Love's gonna let us fly in the sky!
So these are the Natabachi brothers. You may remember them from the first game at the Black Market. They were pretending to show us the way around, but then quote-unquote beat us up. That's what happened. The two kids beat us up. But now we're getting our revenge. One strategy to use is to trip one up and then focus on the other. It's a pretty smart move just to keep them out of your hair, because if you do get ganged up on, it can be pretty tough. But otherwise, until we can really start making some changes, the fights are pretty similar. They're just going to slowly get more and more difficult, kind of. So let's talk about LFOs. So LFO, or light finding operations, are created from archetypes, which are found within the scubbed coral, which is the ground that we're standing on. It's what the planet's made out of. They're basically just these kind of white humanoid shapes that the people then build giant robots around. Mirvaj being the original, and then the rest being made after its image, and then eventually added weapons too. Earlier we saw the Afro Man mention a KLF. KLFs are basically just LFOs that the military have devised their own name for. There's not really any difference. Oh, right here, technically, Moondoggie has help inside of a truck, but they never target the truck, so it doesn't really matter that much. One nice thing is we technically still have our combos from before, so we can still do tricks like flipping and stuff to get a little more damage in. And that's kind of it for the Natabachi brothers.
Come on, people. You gotta train a lot harder than that.
And a rank as. A lot of money.
This is bad, big bro. Our repair budget ain't gonna cover this. We'll remember this. Next time we meet, you're gonna taste our lovey-dovey sky hurricane. Run away!
Who were those clowns?
A couple of street thugs who are famous around here. Just ignore them.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. What a waste of all that talent. Huh? You don't pilot LFOs anymore, do you?
I don't have a reason to. I was just looking for my next meal.
Hearing you talk like that pisses me off.
Don't start, okay?
I'm not starting anything. Didn't you rescue that LFO? That thing meant more to Eureka than her own life.
Can we just not go there? I didn't want to do it.
Pull over. What for? Just stop, all right? Dude, it's not like this is a class reunion. It's a waste of time bumping into you again. See ya, bro.
What the hell's gotten into him?
Hey there, Sumner. I had a feeling you were still alive, you criminal, you.
Guess I have a bad reputation.
I won't ask what happened, but I want you to know you're tops in my book no matter what.
I appreciate it, but the reason I came today is because I've got a big favor to ask you, Dodie. Okay?
A 505, huh? I'd heard tell they were starting to show up on the market. If I see one around, I'll sit on it for you.
I was gonna try asking around. The black market, maybe.
There's two ways the black market gets LFOs. The first is theft, and there's been a lot of that lately. You can guess the second way.
Misappropriation of government goods?
Yep, the military. I just wouldn't stand for it, and when I raised too big a stink, they tossed me out like a bag of useless garbage.
Oh, so that's what happened.
It's hard being an honest man these days, but being a junk dealer isn't a bad line of work. It's got its good points.
You're looking really good. Those overalls suit you.
Pretty snazzy, ain't they? Anyway, I'm glad to hear you got a hankering to pilot an LFO again.
So we find ourselves back at the black market. We're kind of looking around for 505 parts or a 505 itself, that being the LFO we piloted back when we were part of the Sawyer unit. Dodie actually was the mechanic back then, so it's nice to see that he too has kind of left the military but now is on our side. So, the black market has a lot of shops, though again, we still are unable to purchase anything. It's kind of just a way to build the world back up. We were here once before, back when Rory was helping us see if the black market did have military goods on it, which is kind of a bogus mission now that we know that the military itself is selling these parts to the black market. The whole thing with the military is that it is very, very corrupt in this world. The military itself, I suppose, isn't the leaders are, and that comes up into play in the game, or not in the game, in the anime. Speaking of which, it's about 2 years between the first and second game. I believe it was 2 years. Moondoggie, obviously having joined the Gecko State since we last saw him, isn't with them right now. Maybe he got disillusioned in a similar way that Renton did at the start of the anime. But no one here seems to help us, but there's kind of a familiar face you may see in the background. It's Wes. So, he doesn't know why we're here, we don't know why he's here. I'm sure there's nothing shady going on around him. But he's actually going to help us find the merchant we need, which is nice of him. He's a good friend.
Excuse me, Wes sent me.
Oh, you're a friend of Wes, are you?
I'm trying to find some parts for a 505.
A 505, huh? Rumor has it that Azure Tomb uses them, so they come at a premium. I hardly ever get any parts for older models.
Oh, I see. That's too bad.
Now, don't be in such a rush. Just take a moment and enjoy the negotiation process. I'm the one who sells Azure all their parts at wholesale prices.
Really?
That's right. In fact, I still have some arm parts left.
I'll buy them. How much?
How's this much sound?
Whew, that's a lot of, do you think you might be able to bring it down a little? After all, Wes sent me.
Don't like it? Go somewhere else.
Hey, let's enjoy the negotiations, okay? There goes my Bester Cup prize money.
Pleasure doing business.
Send the parts over to Dottie's shop. By the way, where did these parts come from?
You impertinent punk! A down-on-his-luck pilot lost his shirt at the rural matches, or they were stolen. Both happen a lot.
I see.
How about this, young man? I'll provide you a special tidbit of information, since you happened to buy so much from me today. They say that the Rural Games champion uses the spare parts from a 505.
The Rural Games, huh? Thanks, mister.
He got very angry all of a sudden for no reason.
I knew you weren't out of it yet. Bet you're itching to get back into the action.
Oh, you're interested in the rural games too, huh? That's great.
No, that's not what I came here for.
Oh yeah, I get it. You want to test yourself. I'm sure you'll do all right. You're a capable guy.
No,
After you retire, this is the only thing that gets you up in the morning every day. Come on, let's get started.
That's the champ for you. He took that badge in the blink of an eye. The winner of the next tournament will get the chance to challenge the champion, Iron Joe. And if he defeats the champ, he'll win a huge prize. We're talking fame, fortune, glory, the whole enchilada. Entries will only be accepted for a few minutes more. So get the lead out already.
Iron Joe's LFO. That's definitely the head from a 505.
That Iron Joe's a tough guy. He's never been defeated.
Old man, I want to enter the finals.
Now that's more like it.
Just leave it to me.
And so next time, we will take on Iron Joe and find out where he got that head. And apparently we will also get the whole enchilada. See you then.